Have you ever stopped to think about the power behind your words? Every sentence you speak creates a vibration. That vibration affects your thoughts, your mood, your reality. This is not metaphor, this is truth. Words are not just communication tools. They are the architecture of your life. Since childhood, you've repeated the words you were taught. You did not choose them. You inherited them. You heard them in school, at home, from television, from the people around you. Over time, these words became beliefs, and your beliefs became your boundaries. You may not know it, but you've been living inside a structure built by language. That structure shapes what you see, what you think is possible, and what you settle for. Every limitation you feel comes with a phrase. I'm not good enough. I can't do that. That's too difficult. These are not observations. They are decisions. Language sets direction. When you say something, your mind follows. Say, I can't, and you stop before starting. Say, I am learning, and you allow motion. Words carry weight. Some words lift, some words crush. You must become conscious of the language you use. Otherwise, you continue building a life based on limits instead of potential. Look deeper at the word spelling. Why do we call it that? Because forming a word is a form of casting. When you spell a word, you shape a vibration. That vibration creates structure. That structure builds meaning. Meaning shapes belief, and belief becomes action. You are not just speaking, you are shaping. Every thought, every word, every phrase is a tool of manifestation. But if you don't know the power behind your words, you create unconsciously. You manifest fear, doubt, confusion, not because you want to, but because you keep repeating the same vocabulary that gave birth to them. Let's break this down clearly. When you say I am tired, your body begins to reflect that. When you say I am strong, your nervous system responds. These are not abstract effects. These are measurable. Your body listens to your voice. Your cells listen to your thoughts. Your subconscious accepts whatever you repeat most often. This is where neuroplasticity enters. The brain changes based on what you tell it. If you repeat negative phrases, you strengthen those neural pathways. If you speak with clarity and intention, you build new ones. This is not theory. This is how your mind works. Society uses language to build patterns. Language in law, in media, in advertising, all carefully chosen. Not to inform, to influence. Consider the word summons. In court it means you must appear. In magic it means to call a presence into form. Same word, same vibration, different contexts. The hidden meaning is power. The system calls you. You obey. Look at the word broadcast. It sounds harmless, but to broadcast is to cast broadly. To cast like a spell. News, advertising, slogans. They broadcast ideas. These ideas settle in your mind and take root. The more you hear them, the more real they feel, even if they are false. Authority is another word to study. It contains author. Those in authority are the authors of your world. They write the script. You follow the story. If you want to change the story, you must reclaim authorship. You must become your own authority. That starts with language. What you repeat becomes law in your own mind. You say, I never win. Your mind agrees. You say, I always find a way. Your mind finds it. Language is instruction. The subconscious does not evaluate your words. It obeys them. That is why affirmations work. Not because they are magic, but because they are commands. Every morning you say, good morning. But phonetically, you say, good morning. You greet the day with grief. The language creates energy. The energy creates emotion. The emotion directs action. This is how reality forms, not through intention alone, but through language that supports intention. Let's break down more examples. The word mortgage. Mort means death. Gage means pledge. A mortgage is a death pledge, not just financial, energetic. You promise your time and energy for decades. You trade freedom for property. The word reveals the truth, but no one listens. Another word is contract. Con and tract, deceive and pull. A contract is an agreement, but energetically, it can be a trap, a binding spell, a limitation disguised as structure. Language reveals this if you choose to see it. Even the word human, hu means light. Man is the form. You are a being of light in physical form, but society teaches you that you are just flesh, just body, just biology. It hides your energy nature, but the word still carries the truth. You must uncover it. Now let's consider how this affects your daily life. When you say, I have to, you express burden. When you say, I get to, you express opportunity. Same situation, different vibration, different outcome. Say, I can't afford it, and you close the door. Say, how can I make it possible? And you open one. Language is not just what you say, it's what you allow, what you give yourself permission to believe. The words shape the path. Think about the word emotion, energy in motion. Your emotions move energy through your body. Words influence this motion. Harsh words create chaos. Gentle words create harmony. You can feel this, your body reacts. Your breath changes. Your posture shifts. All from language. Now focus on affirmations. Many people dismiss them. They say it feels fake. But the truth is simple. Affirmations work if you use them with belief. And if belief is not strong, repetition builds it. You don't need to feel it instantly. You need to speak it consistently. That's what rewires your mind. Visualization enhances this process. When you say, I am healthy, and imagine health, your brain strengthens that idea. It begins to act on it. It sends signals, releases hormones, adjusts posture. Language and image together form a powerful tool. This is not spiritual theory. It is mental practice. Athletes use this. Performers use this. Leaders use this. You can use it too, but only if you become intentional with your words. Let's return to society's use of language. Think of media. Think of headlines. Think of politics. Every word is selected to frame reality. Riot or protest. Crisis or opportunity. Victim or survivor. The choice of word directs thought, directs emotion, directs behavior. You live inside this matrix of words. Most people never question it. They believe what they hear. They repeat what they see. Their language becomes predictable. Their lives follow the same loop until they choose to change. Now consider your inner dialogue. What do you say to yourself when no one is listening? That's the real programming. That's the foundation. If you catch yourself saying, I always fail, you must interrupt it, replace it, speak the opposite, not once, daily, until the new phrase becomes natural. Words like always, never, should, can't are barriers. They define reality in absolutes. They limit growth. Instead, use words like learning, growing, improving. These allow movement. They create possibility. Music is another tool of language. Songs repeat ideas. Those ideas enter the subconscious. They become part of your vibration. Pay attention to lyrics. What are they teaching you? What are they reinforcing? Choose your music with care. It shapes your energy. Even the water you drink responds to words. Studies show that positive words create organized crystals. Negative words create disorder. Your body is mostly water. This means your internal structure is shaped by the language you live in. It matters. You are not helpless. You are powerful. But your power flows through language. Use it carelessly, and you build confusion. Use it intentionally, and you build clarity. Speak the words that match your vision, not your fear. Your subconscious is always listening. It does not sleep. It records. It builds. It believes. So speak as if your future depends on it, because it does. The words you use today will build your life tomorrow. Change is not dramatic. It is consistent. One word at a time, one phrase, one thought, repeated with awareness, spoken with strength. This is the real work, the inner work, the work that transforms. You do not need to change everything overnight. You need to shift your language. Begin small. Replace one phrase, then another. Soon your mind begins to change. Your energy follows. Your world responds. Language is not decoration. It is design. It builds your internal space. That space becomes your experience. Choose wisely. Speak clearly. Use words that honor your path. This is not magic. This is discipline. Language requires awareness. It requires attention, but it rewards you with power, with clarity, with creation. So ask yourself now, what have you been saying? What words have you lived by? And what new words will you begin to use? This is your tool. This is your moment. Use it with intention. Speak your truth. Shape your life. Your new reality begins now.